The 2024 AFL season is done. I've had a few days to try and get over the fact that my Swans were truly atrocious again in the grand final. Let's see what happened and where everyone finished up. So I actually woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning for a 5:30 start. I was in bed, Charlie asleep next to me, and it was depressing. Really, really depressing. How can we be so good and then for the grand final again be so bad and be obliterated? I don't know. I really don't know. Now, obviously, for my prediction, I did Swans to win. I did by 45. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought, actually, that Swans, with how well they were doing this year, with how we performed 2 years ago in the grand final, I thought maybe that would spur them on to not be bad and we could beat the Lions comfortably. But we got destroyed. We lost by 60 points. It's just shocking, embarrassing. The players should be ashamed of themselves. They should be ashamed of themselves. And actually, although I would have loved to have come down under to watch, I'm so glad I didn't now. I'm so glad I didn't, because it would have been all that money to come down under, to get tickets or whatever, for what? For that embarrassment. Really, really was. So obviously, I got absolutely nothing. Nothing. No points at all. So the winner of our league on the AFL 2024 season group is Think Outside the Square. Congratulations. Almost 2 points clear. Almost 3 points clear at the top. In second place, Stinky Pinky. Let's run down the top 10. Judo Ezra, third. Metal King, fourth. Yin, fifth. Rach, sixth. Seashell, seventh. Shrek the third, fourth. Bildan, ninth. And Frenchie, 10th. Well done to anyone in the top 10. It was a long season with a lot of difficult games, a lot of games that went crazy directions. But I'm going to show everyone where everyone finished up, and what I want to see is the golden hat and the wooden spoon. Jackson, last year's winner, finished 31st. Bit of a drop from last year. With the golden hat Mighty Muffins rules, up 15 places. Wow, well done. Let's see, I finished in 57th place. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I want to be in the top 40, ideally, but that's not too bad. Who gets the wooden spoon, though? Let's keep going. Oh. With the wooden spoon in 86th place is Stephen J. Will. Unlucky, buddy. Looking back at the season, I would like to talk who I think was the biggest underachievers and the biggest overachievers, because there are certainly teams that fit into those categories. Now, first of all, let's talk about the biggest underachiever, the team that may have had more promise and failed to deliver. Now, there are some contenders here. So the sort of teams I would say, Collingwood, last year's winners, didn't even make the top 8. You've got Freo, who were in the top 8 for so long and bottled it. You've got teams like Melbourne, who have consistently been in the top 8 the last load of years, but just failed completely this year. Or Adelaide Crows, who were on the cusp, and could not progress any further. But I am going to say, this is a tough one. My underachievers for this year goes to Fremantle Dockers. Now, I know Collingwood, they won last year. I get that. They won last year. However, very similar to a lot of other teams that do it. Same as Geelong the previous year. It seems like the teams that win sometimes just do not perform the next year. However, Freo, I predicted they would have done well the previous year, and actually this year it looked like they were going to do it. They were in the top 4, they were doing well, and bottled it. They absolutely bottled it. This team were performing most weeks at least to make the top 8, and they fell short by 2 points. And that last game of the season, they could have made the top 8 at least. So my underachievers for this year are Fremantle Dockers. Then my overachievers for the year. This is a difficult one because I could say Sydney Swans. We made the grand final, but we did make the grand final 2 years ago as well. And, we had a youthful squad. So I don't think Sydney Swans are overachieving. I could say GWS. I could say Western Bulldogs. I could say Hawthorn. I could say Carlton because they hung on. But I think this year, the overachievers were Hawthorn. Hawthorn, they obviously made it into 7th place. They had a bad start to the season, but oh my God, they rallied, didn't they? They really did rally. Now, granted, it didn't work out in the finals for them, but for the fact that they got into 7th place, a huge achievement because considering where they were not performing. And even at the start of the season, it did not look good. But wow, they just won and won and won. And so you've got to give Hawthorn fantastic credit to them. Well done. I know, yes, you only made 7th. You got knocked out in the finals. But what an achievement considering where they were to where they finished. But there you go. We will be back for next year because I am a Swans fan and I love watching AFL. And I just love watching it. And you guys have been amazing. You have made this season so good. So many of you joining in each week with your predictions and joining me in discussing if you think I was rubbish half the time. Oh, you were picking, your picks are rubbish, and then I get it right, and that was quite sweet. Thank you so much. If you want to support the channel, please like and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one or next year for AFL 2025.
For the fakeness, if you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.